Hello, I'm Teacher Carrie. Today we're going to go through the brand new VIPKID demo for the application. So VIPKID just changed how they do their demo, and right now, as of now, it's only 5 minutes long. So I'm super excited for that. It's going to be really doable for new teachers to get started with just this 5-minute demo. So you can choose whether you will record your demo yourself or if you would like to present it live with somebody from VIPKID who will play the part of your student. So that's a fun way if you want to get more of the teaching experience of having that student to play off of. But recording your demo is a really quick way to get started. You can just take 5 minutes to record it and you're on your way towards your mock class. So today we will walk through the actual slides and take a look at how I might teach them. You don't have to memorize what I do or what anyone else on YouTube does. Just take them as ideas and just really think about what the objectives of each slide are. As long as you're meeting those, you can be creative in how you go about doing it. So that will help keep you on track to remember, what am I trying to have the student learn? What do I want them to say? What do I want them to do? And as long as you're meeting those things, you don't have to memorize what you will say on each slide and how you will do it, because that will just get you in your head and you'll forget what you're doing. So the best way to do it is just really understand the slide objectives and make sure that you are meeting those. So before we walk through the slides, I want to talk a little bit about just some general things to think about as you're preparing for your demo. Number one is ESL teaching techniques and strategies. So you'll see me using a lot of these in the slides as we walk through, but definitely check out my other video about these, some various ESL teaching strategies. Some of them you may already know if you have a lot of teaching experience, but do keep in mind that the online classroom is a little different than the live classroom. So definitely check out that video. There's lots of YouTube videos from different VIPKID teachers that will go over a lot of these ESL teaching techniques. So these are things that they don't expect you to be perfect with in your demo because you've never done it before, but they're looking for that potential of you understanding how to communicate in this online ESL classroom. So do keep in mind that your pay is determined by your demo. So do practice this, don't just wing it. I think the best way to get the most pay, certainly it has to do with your education, your background, your teaching experience, but it's super important that you really do well in this demo. I think that that plays a lot into the pay that is offered. So make sure that you're prepared as well as you can. Don't stress about it, but do practice and prepare yourself for that and make sure you're using those ESL teaching strategies. Second, make sure that your equipment is already functioning, working well. You need to have internet that is up to the standards given by VIPKID. You can find that on their website. You need to have, a well-working computer. You need to, I suggest plugging into the internet with an Ethernet cord if at all possible. It's not required, but it helps to make your connection stable. So I definitely recommend that if you have the ability to, just to avoid any kind of technical issues you might have in your demo so that you don't have to redo it. You'll also need some type of headphones with a built-in mic, so you can certainly get a headset like this. Most VIPKID teachers use something like this. This is a Logitech something, I don't remember the exact model, but these were like $20 or $25, so they're not much, but certainly for your demo, if you would like to just use what you have, if you have a pair of earbuds with the built-in mic, those will work fine. Even if you have like Bluetooth headphones with the mic, those are totally fine. Anything that's got the mic in it, you can certainly use for your demo, your mock classes, even teaching if you would like. You don't have to have the headset. I like having the headset, but yeah, for the demo, definitely, if you would like to just use what you already own, totally fine. Your background and lighting, you want to make sure that you are well lit. Maybe bring in an extra lamp. If you can do it during the day, that's great, so you can have natural light. You don't want to have shadows on your face or on your background. You just want to be well lit, not look like you're sitting in the dark. Your background, you don't need to have a super fancy background. Certainly work with what you have for this demo. Just make sure that it's clear of clutter or anything distracting. If at all possible, be up against a wall, but if you can't, that's fine. You can work with the space that you have. If you have the option to hang something up behind you, that's a fun thing to do, something educational. If you have a map, anything like that, you can use, be creative with it. It doesn't have to, you don't have to purchase a bunch of things for your background. I will include below my video about my minimalist classroom. And just to give you some ideas, you don't have to set up a whole classroom for your demo, but just to be thinking about what you might do as a teacher for your background. Again, you don't have to put a lot of money into it. I don't put much money into my classroom, but you can still have a nice looking classroom even on a budget. But for your demo, just make sure it's clean, it's clear, it's well lit, and just conducive to learning. So you do need to have some props for this demo. I recommend having at least 3, if not more. So you'll see as we get started on the slides, you can see the props that I'm using for this. And so you can copy what I do if you want to do that, but you can work with the things that you have. If you have other ideas for props, by all means, use those, but do make sure that you have at least 3 different kinds of props. So you don't want them to all be 2D, paper cutouts or all puppets or something. Like you want to have a variety of types of props. So let's jump into the slides and take a look at them. When you pull up the slides, you'll see the first slide is just some information about VIPKID. You will not be teaching on this slide, so you can go ahead and pass it. If you schedule a live interview and demo, then when they start, they'll talk to you a little bit before you begin teaching, and then they'll prompt you when it's time to begin the lesson. But if you're recording, you'll just go ahead and start on slide number 2, where it says me, myself, and I, who am I? So this is your intro slide. This is where you begin your interaction with the student. All you need to do on this slide is you want to introduce yourself, you find out the student's name, and ask them a question, maybe 2 questions about them. And so you want to keep this very simple because this is a very lower level 2 student that you're teaching. So they have almost 0 English knowledge. So make sure that you're using a lot of TPR, total physical response. That's one of those ESL teaching techniques that you'll want to understand. So make sure you're using motions as you're speaking, giving those questions to them so that they understand what you're asking. So on this slide, I would just say, hello, my name is Teacher Carrie. What is your name? Good job. My name is Riley. Good job, Riley. Riley, how old are you? 6? I am 6 years old. Good job, Riley. Riley, are you happy? Happy? Yes! Yay! Good. I am happy. Good job. Riley, are you ready? Let's go. All right, and then you just move on to the next slide. Don't say anything in that transition to the next slide. Just move right along. You don't have to tell them when it's time to go to the next slide. So on the next one, this is where you'll introduce your reward system. It doesn't have to involve soccer. That's just what's on the screen. So I suggest introducing your own reward system and just doing something fun with what's on the screen. I need to take these down. So this is my reward system, is these stars. Let's talk reward systems for a second. You do need a secondary reward system for your demo, but it doesn't have to be elaborate. I use these stars for every class that I teach for levels 1 through 6. So these are super great because they go along with their stars that you give in the teaching platform. Each student gets 5 stars every class, and so I just give an actual star when I give those stars. So I'm going to link below where I got these from. It was from another VIPKID teacher who has an Etsy shop. I follow her on Instagram, and so I ordered these from her for like $3.50, and they're super cute and just perfect little stars. I could have made these if I wanted to, but I think it was cheaper to just order them for just $3.50 instead of having to get all these different colors of paper and spending the time to try to cut them perfectly. So I really love these. I'll link that below. I definitely recommend supporting her if you would like some of these to simplify your reward system life. So anyways, on this slide, oh, but reward systems, you don't have to do stars. That's an easy one though if you just want to cut out some stars for your demo and use those. But you can do anything. You can like do scoops of ice cream or give them like pieces of plastic food, you know, like you get an apple or a banana or whatever. Lots of different things. You can color a picture if you like to draw. You can like draw a little bit of a picture every time they do a good job. Lots of options. So on this slide, I would start out with soccer. Good. Soccer. Do you like soccer? Yes or no? Yes. Good job. I like soccer. Good. Riley, when you do a good job, you get a star. Good job. Very good. Go to the next slide. This is your first content slide. So here you're teaching the vocabulary word sad. So when you teach new vocabulary, vocabulary words, verbs, even phonics, you need to repeat the new word 2 times in isolation before you use it in a sentence. So when you get to this slide, I would circle the word sad and say, sad, sad. He is sad. Good. He is sad. Sad. Good job, Riley. Who is sad? Who? Now let's circle the picture of the baby and underline the sentence, he is sad, while I'm asking this. Who is sad? He is sad. Good job. Very good. Move on to the next slide. So on this one, you see at the bottom in the teacher tips, which are super helpful for understanding the objective. You don't always have to do exactly what it says, but you want to follow what that objective is. So here we want the student to circle the boy, the picture that shows the boy who is sad, and you want them to say he is sad. So if we go here, since I did introduce that question of who is sad on the previous slide, you don't have to, but I did. So I might start with that of, Riley, who is sad? Who is sad? Circle, who is sad? Good, he is sad. Good job. Now this is a good place for extension. You might not have much time since this is a quick lesson, but if you have an extra couple seconds, you could circle the girl and say, happy. Good. She is happy. Very good. Riley, are you happy? Yes. Yes, I am happy. Good job. Oh, and then I've already forgotten about my rewards. So make sure that you're remembering to give those rewards consistently. Just give them on every slide so that you don't forget if you want to. So good job. You get a star. Good job. Very good. All right, the next slide, you want them to choose the correct word. You want them to choose sad and say the sentence, she is sad. So I might do, she is happy, sad. Happy? No. Sad? She is sad. Good job. She is sad. Draw a line. Good job. She is sad. Good job. You get a star. Good job, Riley. Very good. All right, this is your last slide, is phonics. So here you want to repeat that ig sound twice before you start blending with initial sounds. Phonics is a good time in your demo and mock classes to get some extra props. I don't usually use letter cards or my whiteboard in my classes to do phonics. I just use my hands to blend words, but this gives you some extra props for that checklist. So anyways, here I would say ig, 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 ig. Ig, dig. Good. Ig, ig, wig. Good. Ig, mig. Good job, very good. Now make sure here that you're using the correct phonics sound. So VIPKID uses synthetic phonics. I'm not a super expert on this. There's other teachers who are experts, so I recommend watching their videos to get a full overview of synthetic phonics. But basically how I try to remember it is trying to make the sound as short as I can, and you don't want to add any kind of a vowel sound at the end of the consonant. So I don't want to say da, da, it's d, d. So that when you blend it, you're not saying da, ig, di, da, da, ig, da, ig, you know. Anyways, it works better when you don't do that. So, you know, it's not ma, ig, it's ig, mig. So just make sure that you're not adding extra sounds onto those consonants. Good job, Riley! You get a star! Very good! All right, so your next slide is your goodbye slide. So you just wrap it up here. So great job, Riley! You get 5 stars today! Great job! I will see you next time. Goodbye! So that's the end of your demo. It's super short, easy. Don't spend forever on this. Just do a little bit of practice. Make sure you understand what you're trying to teach. Gather a few props and then just do it, and so that you can get teaching. I would love to answer your questions about the demo lesson and beyond. I'll include my email address below, so please email me or comment with questions, and I would love to help you out. For my personal referrals, I do offer a hiring handbook that gives you sort of a detailed walkthrough of each step of the application process, as well as a sort of guidebook for getting started as a new teacher, things that you'll run into, questions you'll have. I'm very available to my referrals. I love to give individualized coaching. So please reach out to me if you would like that coaching help as you get started. I will include my referral link below. If you would like to apply for VIPKID, please start your application there as one of my referrals so that I can send you that hiring handbook, and I'm happy to answer all of your questions. If you already applied, but you're still in the application process and you don't have somebody coaching you through, I would love to do that for you. So if that's you, then add my referral code to your VIPKID account, and I will be able to get you all of those resources. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful for you as you work on your demo. Good luck!